Cookies Grow Live and the end of her.
You won't believe it.
That's so funny because is it crooked?
Yes. This is
I just made it so that these were kind of
okay. I see.
even.
Yeah, but that's not the level.
But I
The other one is in front of
okay,
her.
so I put a thing there, but I think I kicked it out. It's like to push this back. I had a paper thing under there, but I.
Is that this one? This paper?
No, it was hard. I think it went under.
We don't see it nakedly. We're looking at it. This one's a little higher than this, but you're happy with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're happy with
It's
it.
just close a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just like this. It's like the nails that are on these side, they catch and then it'll flip one. Yeah,
oh, I see. Because it doesn't make it to be snug. So I mean,
what doesn't?
This thing is too long to make it snug. If I wish you
Oh,
had
like
this black thing is too long to make it snug.
I guess it's so that the books will fall if someone hits it, but this itself won't fall. Because the way you have it, like all the way up, this thing will tip. That's how they designed it.
So you want it to be up?
Yeah, because I don't have the metal bracket ones where it literally won't keep it.
Yeah, because if that hole was lower here,
it wouldn't
it's gonna
fall.
snug on the wall like this. Watch this compared to.
But can we? Do you want to cut that and then just, or do you want to just do one lower?
I'm gonna
like,
see
does
if
it
I can
have to
make
be
a.
through the hole? This one, like, can it be through a shorter hole?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make a smaller hole through the thing you gave me and put a nail there.
Okay. Okay, I can see it.
Where are your glasses? I'm about
right?
to. No, this is a nail.
And you put it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The nail's gonna be.
But you're gonna put it lower than the black hole.
I was thinking putting it lower because this is too long. Let's see if it's gonna. Yeah.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Yay! That's a win. Hold on, what do we need? The nail.
No, this. Yeah, before
I
the
didn't
nail.
give you the nail, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Is it too far from this side?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Chi. The background is very different. If you're new, then you're like, I don't know what your background usually looks like. If you're not new, you know that it's different. I know I mentioned in a previous vlog that I was thinking about putting bookshelves. I was gonna say behind my couch, but I ended up moving my couch to the side. I do live in a tiny home, so my living room is not very massive. So kind of figuring out what works and what would work with the bookshelves, because for me, it felt like a necessity to add bookshelves into my space by any means, because I have a lot of books. If you can tell, I have like this middle section behind me pretty empty, which, you know, is a good reason to keep collecting books. But this entire side is filled, and then this side is going to be like hard covers. And I do have the cabinets below, which have been very helpful. I have like cookbooks and craft books in one cabinet, my laptop and tech gear in one, and the other one I actually have like my mason canning jars. But you know, it's been very nice to have all this extra storage. And surprisingly, it hasn't made the room feel small at all. My mom, who came over, as you saw in the vlog, she helped me secure the bookshelves to the wall and then secure them together so that they're smooth and one's not sticking out, you know, further than the other. So thank you, Mom, if you're watching. Actually, I know you're watching. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I knew it was a necessity because I have so many books, and you guys know I love reading. I love paperback books. I love hardcover books. I am a paperback girly. I have been thinking about a Kindle lately, but just this makes me so happy, seeing all of the books that I've collected via the thrift store, because you guys know I really, really love thrifting my books if I can. It's rare that I buy a book new. I'm not opposed to it. I did actually recently buy some books new. If I do buy them new, I try to wait for them to be on sale or at the Dollar Tree. My local Dollar Tree actually has a book section, and they're like not brand name books, but they're very popular books that you'll find there, or even some kind of like indie authors for $1.25. So I really try to lean into that if I'm not thrifting. And then sometimes I'll just buy a new book full price because I just want to read it, which I did recently. Two actually recently, when I went to the store, I saw them and I was like, I keep hearing the hype about them, so I need to give them a chance. I love the background. I keep staring at it in the viewfinder, and I just love it. I think it's perfect. I think it adds a little bit of spice to my living room. Now my vlog, when I start the vlog, especially if it's going to be a bookish reading vlog, which I do want to film, which I don't know how I'll kind of add the clips in of me putting things together. I do have some things that I want to do, I think in this vlog actually, I don't really know. But we have some bookish things that we want to do, or I want to do with you guys, and I think I'm going to split it up into 2 vlogs. One of me kind of organizing this beauty behind me and getting things together, and then also me out and about, because I do have to go to the library. I think I'll be able to go today. If not today, then tomorrow. I have some books that I'm reading. I'm going to finish up this book, which is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. It's going. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan. I almost DNF'd it like twice, but I'm literally page 317 out of I think 412. So it's like, come on, Chi, you can do it. You can do this. So I think I'm gonna finish this up today. And then I wanna start on, I have a second library book that I haven't read. I do have Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell, and then I have Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by like Lisa Unger. I haven't started the Secluded Cabin just yet. I did extend my loan for that, so I think it's due like mid-February or end of February, so that will be a February read. And then I do have 3 more books to pick up from the library that I put on hold, and surprisingly they were actually ready for pickup a few days later. So I have 3 more. One is like a Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I've been wanting to read for a while. And then I have Hidden Pictures by Jason, I can't remember his last name, which I've heard so many good things about. And then the third one is, now I have to tell you guys because my brain is slipping, but I want to show you guys. I actually use my library app, and that is how I like put books on hold. I borrow them physically. Of course I use Libby for audiobooks, and I don't really read ebooks just because on my phone, the blue light, even with my blue light glasses, it's just Oh, here it is. My phone is loading so slow. Ooh. Okay. Oh, The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I figured if I'm gonna read it, let it just be like a library book. Don't like go and spend money on it, or like, you know, I don't know, and not like it. So I have those 3 to pick up maybe today. I don't know, but they have to be picked up by February 5th and 6th. So I'm gonna do that, and then I have a few others on hold that when they're ready for me, like my turn in line, then I'll get them. But I do want to show you guys the 4 new books that I picked up, not yesterday, but like last weekend, this previous weekend when I was like putting together all of this book stuff. I did go to the store and get some books. You know when you go to a store and then you find a book, then you buy a book, and then it kind of propels you to go check out other places that you go to get books. And I haven't gone thrifting for books recently, guys, so I feel like that's coming. I'm a book girl. I read a lot of my books. I know there's like a joke in like book talk where it's usually the feeling of buying a book that makes people like really happy. I get really excited to read a book. Like I read a lot of my books. Of course, I haven't read them all because I think I thrift and buy and just find them faster than I read, because realistically you can buy 10 books in 10 minutes, but you can't read 10 books in 10 minutes. But I'm a big reader. I love physical books. I love holding a book in my hand. I think reading in general is really important because you learn things. Even if it's not really things you can put to use, there's so many words that still now, I've been reading since I was able to, right? Like actual books since I was a little kid. There's words that I come across now that I'm like, what does that mean? Even though it's used in a sentence and you can deduce what it means, still being able to stop, pause, and I have an app on my phone, just open it up and it's just a dictionary, and I'll link it down below or I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I type in the word and it tells me exactly what the word means. No fluff, no nothing. It's free. There's no distractions on it. I love it. So that is one big thing about reading that you just can't really get anywhere else, right? Because when you're having a conversation, and I'm so sorry that this part is super chatty, but when you're having a conversation with someone in person or in public, if they say a word that you don't really know, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to stop them and ask, or you're not going to pause the conversation and say, hold on, let me look this up. That's why I think reading is super important, because you get that opportunity to learn, to know, right? In your own time, right? Without feeling maybe embarrassed if you, like, again, in conversation, you're like, everyone's nodding along and I have no idea what that word means, right? So yeah, let me show you guys the new books. Let me stop rambling. Let me show you guys the new books that I picked up recently and get a move on. Right, Bean? I have both my cats right here. Okay. If I can grab them without... Okay, we got them without dropping them. That would have been very devastating if I dropped them. I want to show you the 4 new books that I picked up. 2 of them are from the dollar store, 2 of them are from Walmart, because I actually got these shelves from Walmart. I'll link them down below. Everything that I talk about or mention is linked down below. If I forget and you guys comment, I always link it because, you know, listen, I want to be helpful, and I always hate when I watch YouTube videos and I see something I like and they're like, I'll link it, and then you go and you're like, you didn't link it. First book I picked up is called Haunting Adeline, and I've heard so many things about this book, really good things about this book. I believe it is smut. I have a feeling it's smut. I just don't know the genre of smut. Like, I don't think it's like a mafia romance. I don't think it's like a fairy romance, like a, not fairy, but fairy. I think that's how you say it, like a fae romance or fae smut. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I am super excited to read this. I picked this up, and I remember I saw this one, book number 2, which I wasn't aware there was a book number 2. I just saw Hunting Adeline, and I was like, oh, it's a misprint. I don't know why, but I was like, it's a misprint, and they just have it on the shelves. That's crazy. And then I saw that it had book 2, and I was like, oh, I have book 1, and this is book 2. So this was the last one, the last copy of book 2, and I just figured if I'm picking up book 1, I might as well pick up book 2. I hope I like it. I have a feeling I will. I do like a good dark romance, a little dark smut, you know? So I have high expectations. I don't know if I should, but I have very high expectations. So I have these two, and I do like the covers a lot. They are very, very pretty, even though it's like dark skeletons. And listen, you guys know 2024 fall time unlocked like a new love of like the spooky, skeleton-y vibes. So these are beautiful. These will probably, I don't know if they'll go on display, because right now up top I have my Harry Potter books at the top of the bookshelves, and I don't know if I want to do that. I'm still playing around with the bookshelves. Of course I have hardcover over here, and then I have my paperback over here, and then the books that are laying like this are my like holiday books, because I didn't really want them like sprinkled in. I feel like it kind of threw it off just having like thriller, you know, romance, and then also I might want to do that too. Like, I also might want to organize my shelves by genre. I haven't decided. I'm sure there'll be more like vlogs of me just kind of messing around with the bookshelves, and I also want to change the knobs too. So, you know, the next 2 books I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Like I was saying, my Dollar Tree has really good books for $1.25. So I've seen this book a few times, the books We Were Liars, in stores, on Amazon, just everywhere I go. I've seen a copy of the first book, or I guess not the first book. I thought We Were Liars was written before this, but I could be completely wrong. It could be one of those where the first book was written and then they wrote a prequel to it because people had questions from the first book, or this could quite literally just always have been out and people were just more excited for the actual book number 1, because I've never heard people talk about this, which is called Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. This, I think what I'm going to do is pick up, if I enjoy it, I will pick up the book We Were Liars, and that one I can just buy new or just wherever it is in store, because if I enjoy this, then of course I'm going to want to read book 2, which, you guys still correct me if I'm wrong, did they write We Were Liars and then write the prequel like I know they did with, I forgot what other series you guys were telling me about, because I was like, did I get the book 1 or did I get the wrong book? And you're like, no, they wrote that one and then they wrote the prequel. It could be like that, or again, they wrote the prequel but book number 1 ended up being the most popular, because that's the only one I really heard about, the We Were Liars. But I'm excited. But again, I picked this up from the Dollar Tree, so you know, not a lot lost if I don't enjoy it, but I do have some good hopes for this book, because the We Were Liars book I've heard so many times, like so many people reading. Granted, I can't remember if a lot of people read it and liked it or just a lot of people read it, so we're gonna find out together. But that is the other book that I picked up. And then the last book that I picked up from the Dollar Tree is called The Darkest King, William's Story, Lords of the Underworld by Gina Showalter. And this one says, ooh, this one is, I think someone was cursed. I think the man is cursed. Granted, I don't think I have any books that have like a man on the cover like this. Because like, I don't know, just imagine it's just like, hey. Even the book series that I'm listening to, like Carnal Urges, Savage Beasts by J.T. Gessinger. I'm so sorry for butchering your last name, J.T., please. Please. Sorry about that, JT. People do that with my last name too, so I feel it in my soul. But those books, I love them. I've been listening to them on audio, but I will say the picture art on the cover that I have, they have 2. And I realized, I was like, why do they have 2? That's super confusing. But then I thought about it and I was like, that makes sense, because someone who buys the physical book might not want a cover that has like a man's chest, like the other ones have like the tattooed chest ripped open. But this is the last book I got. This one's like a dark king overlord. He was cursed by a witch. He like can't fall in love, so he just does smutty things. And I'm sure there's gonna be someone that shows up, breaks the curse, he can fall in love. So we'll see. I don't know. I was kind of excited to read this one next, like to start February. But I do want to, for February, I have some Black authors that I want to read. I pulled out 2 books, and I actually ended up reading one Black author in January, and the book was called Luster. I might do a book wrap up because I think I've read like 7 books this month, with like 4 of them being physical, which is insane. I don't know how I found the time, honestly, but I think I want to do that. I do have the 2 books, and I think I'll wait to do a February TBR once I figure out what other books I want to read after I go to the library. I have these 2, which is Black Girls Must Die Exhausted and All Eyes on Her, both by Black authors, which I'm really excited about. You guys know that was one of my goals for 2025, to read more from Black women authors, and I've already started with one, Luster by Leilani. I can't remember her last name. That book was a trip. My God, I kind of want to reread it and kind of like annotate it. I might reread it in February and annotate it, and then just kind of cut my TBR list a little bit down. I might do February as a heavy Black woman author month because I feel like that's just right. Black History Month, it'll be amazing. And I'm excited. I really am to just, I don't know. This year has started off, I think, so well in the sense that I feel really at ease. I feel very calm. I feel like I'm taking on projects that feel good to me, work-wise, you know, home-wise, YouTube-wise. So I'm really excited. What I think I'm going to do is start a new vlog actually, and just have that be more of me on the go, going to the library. I want to do kind of like a cozy reading afternoon, and I want to film that with you guys and be at home, get some stuff done. I want to kind of tidy up. So I think I'll start a new vlog with that, and I think I'll just have this whole ramble bit with all of my books and chats and, you know, bookshelf thoughts and plans at the end of my creating a cozy book space vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me the last few days, watching me put together all of these shelves that I have behind me, organizing them, and just kind of figuring out how to make this space, this tiny home, more cozy. Cozier than it's ever been, and I'm super excited. I really, really am. Thank you guys again for watching and hanging out with me. Thank you for being here as always, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!